Okay, it's still Rugby PM, the golden rule. So I have my COVID-19 ball here. I'm locked down in quarantine, working reduced hours and all that, and trying to stay away from people and watching more Netflix. So I just watched one that popped up now, and I hated it. I'm all for Christian forgiveness and redemption and mercy, but that doesn't mean you just let people off for things that they do when they're 16. Murder to Mercy just came out, and this lady who is 16, she's a prostitute, and what the soy boys would call now, a victim of sexual harassment. No, she was a prostitute. She was a runaway and a prostitute at 16. Sorry, but at 16, I saw the pictures of her in the Netflix. She looked like she was 16 going on 29. I have a 16-year-old daughter, and my 16-year-old daughter doesn't look anything like that. And God forbid if she acted that way. If she did, if she went out and killed somebody after he paid her for sex, while he's asleep, shot him in the head, took his wallet and stole his car as if nothing happened, and then said, "Oh, I'm the victim," and then they decide to give her clemency, I'm sorry. If that's the amount of time that you get for killing people in cold blood, fine. Give her a 16-year conviction. But that's not fair because other people who shoot people in the head in cold blood, they go away for life, or they get the electric chair. So don't give her the electric chair because she was under 18. But you know what? She needs to spend most of her adult life because she's a stone cold killer. I don't care about her past. I don't care. It doesn't give her the right to take somebody else's life. The dude paid her for sex. He went out looking for a prostitute. You know, people can talk about if prostitution should be legal or not. They say it's a victimless crime. They say the crime is the victim is the prostitute, not the guy paying for it. You know, we could talk for 2 hours about that, the pros and the cons on that. But the bottom line is, in a lot of countries, prostitution is legal, and in this country, it isn't. I'm talking about the United States. Was he right to go get a prostitute? No. Did he know she was 16? I doubt it. They talked about people saying, "Oh, he's out with girls that looked like his daughter or his niece." That's hearsay. The guy went out and got a prostitute. Should he have done that? Yes or no? No, he shouldn't have. Obviously not. But should he have been executed, which is her words, in cold-blooded murder after he passed out or fell asleep? No. Arrest the guy. Give him his 3 days in jail and give him a yellow vest and let him go clean up trash on the side of the road for having a prostitute and calling it statutory rape because she was under 18. Do that. That's what he deserves, and give him 5 years of probation and put him on a special predator list. That's what he deserves. But getting shot when he's asleep? No. And does she deserve to get out after 16 years scot-free with clemency? No. She needs to stay in jail. So I'm really upset with this whole Netflix thing. This girl's like a celebrity now. Rihanna likes her now. Rihanna wants her justice. Del Rey, I don't even know who she is. This singer, Lana Del Rey. Free her. Give her justice. Yeah, well, let her go shoot you in the back of the head when you're asleep and see what you had to say. Nothing, because you'll be dead. The girl's a stone cold killer. If you want to go watch it, great. But there's a lot of other better things on Netflix than this. I think it's a terrible show. And you know what? I'm so angry that I watched it. I am so angry that I wasted my time watching this stone cold killer trying to make the planet feel sorry for her and then telling people, "Oh, I had nothing to do with this. Netflix just came to me and decided to film my story." The girl's rich now. The girl is so rich now from the money she's getting off of her story. She's wealthy now. Why? Because when she was 16, she ran away from home. And she apparently had a mom who cared and loved for her, but she ran away from home, got involved in drugs and sex, and became a prostitute, and decided to kill her John in cold blood, take his wallet, and take his car after he had fallen asleep. And that's her story. And Netflix is making a ton of money off of this story, and she made a ton of money off of this. And I'm angry that I even watched it, and I hope that she does what she did before. I hope that she stubs her toe. She does what she does. She breaks the law again and goes to jail for a very long time. I mean, I hope she doesn't kill somebody, but I hope that she does something wrong again, and the long arm of justice will be there. Because I'm for justice. And justice isn't laying this lady out with everyone feeling sorry for her and saying, oh, you're the victim here. The victim who killed a guy who was asleep, who hired her as a prostitute for the night. I'm going to show you all this blowing up on the internet, and I looked at the 8 or 9 other reactions, and I know I'm the only one who has this feeling. 100% of you watching Netflix right now and then making comments on YouTube are saying, oh, this poor young lady. I'm the only one who's saying not. And I almost did a reaction video, I'm not a racist or a cracker, the other day about what happened in Brunswick. I was going to talk about how those guys need to be arrested, and I was so mad about that, how they went out and got that guy who was jogging and shot him in cold blood after chasing him down. Those guys need to have life in prison. They killed him in cold blood. They lynched him. I was going to do a reaction video on that, but thank God somebody got a cattle prod out in the state of Georgia, went out and arrested those 2 rednecks. And I grew up a lot in the South. I was born in Texas. I lived in North and South Carolina. So I went to college in the North. I've been all over the place because my dad was in the military. I understand that there is still some racism. I'm not a racist, and I'm not mad at Netflix because she comes from a family of color. Not at all. I'm mad because she's a stone cold killer and she killed somebody, and that was wrong, and now she's profiting from it, and Netflix is profiting from it, and everyone is feeling sorry for this lady who's a stone cold killer. All right, that's enough. I'm kind of getting myself too worked up. Okay, so the first guy, sorry, D. Dyson, but I gave you a thumbs down. I don't agree with you. I don't agree with you at all. I thought that we shouldn't feel good for her or feel sorry for her. Binge Pulse, yeah, you gave a bit of a balanced approach, but you really sided with her. Didn't like that. Murder to Mercy, reaction, review, and roast. I was more on your side, but Street Life to Housewife, didn't like your reaction at all. I don't think you even watched it. I think you just felt sorry for the girl. Anyway, you can see there's a whole lot of people talking about this made-up girl now. Look at how pretty she is now. Wow. I mean, this girl is just, look at her. She's just milking it, right? She is making so much money today on being a reformed stone cold killer. I cannot believe that people are all on this girl's side. Okay, the real serious B. Okay, I like you because you had a more of a balanced approach. But all these talking heads are on this girl's side. All these talking heads are on her side and thinking that it's a shame and a crime what we did to her. Let's not forget what she did. She went out and was a prostitute, a runaway prostitute, and she shot the guy who was her John, took his wallet after that, and then took his car. That's what happened. And sorry, I don't feel sorry for her, and I am so angry that she is making a profit out of this and taking our money, and Netflix is taking money from me each month for this trash. I hope that she gets arrested for doing some kind of petty crime and goes back to jail. That's all I got to say. Thank you. Before you go, please like and sub and hit the bell so you can get all my notifications, because I put out a lot of content, and I'd love to have you come, and sometimes you won't agree with me, but hopefully you'll at least be entertained. Thank you.